Hi CJ subscribers and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who know me, my name is Dominic James Murray, CEO and founder here at Cameron James. Okay, so today we're going to be diving straight into a question I get from some of my clients who are worried about their DB pension transfers. Will DB pension transfers be banned at some point in time? Okay, so to unpack this, we kind of need to have a little bit of a background story. The FCA, since 2015, has decided, has through an investigation, has worked out that too many clients, too many retail investors have been advised to transfer their pension, and that advice has now been deemed unsuitable by the FCA. The FCA has actually done a very good job of contacting any clients over the years through their investigations where they believe the client was potentially misadvised to complete a DB pension transfer. So as we can think about the DB pension transfer landscape, it's been moving in one direction since 2015. In 2015, it was enforced that anybody who wanted to transfer a pension, a DB pension over £30,000, would need to take authorized and regulated DB financial advice. This has most certainly helped reduce the number of transfers out which have been unsuitable. A second bow from the FCA, so to speak, was the ban of contingent charging. This meant that you had to charge a full report fee irrespective of whether a transfer would proceed or not. So this helped stop a number of advisors only transferring pensions to having a vested interest in transferring the pension and thus attaining their advice fee. So here we are in 2022. What I can say as a qualified PTS, pension transfer specialist, is even what was deemed suitable 24 months ago is now almost very unsuitable. What is even 3 months ago, cases which were borderline, I would say now have been pushed over borderline to now that they're not suitable. I'd say the landscape is getting more and more difficult. Clients need to have clear rationale on why their final salary scheme is not suitable for them. If you cannot prove with your financial advisor why your scheme is not suitable, why it doesn't allow you to achieve your investment goals or your retirement goals, what you cannot do with your DB scheme that you could do with a SIP, and these are obviously, you need to have good reasons, good financial planning reasons. You can't just say, I want to transfer it because I want to transfer it. Even I want to transfer it and pass it on to my beneficiaries is not a good enough reason. The PTS, any decent, reputable PTS will say, okay, you're worried about the money not passing on to your wife at 100% level and she's only going to get 50%. Take out life insurance. You can get a life insurance for £500,000 on your life if you die. £500,000 is created straight away from the insurance company. It can go to your wife or your husband or your children, whoever it might be. So straight away, the PTS will disregard that now. What you need to have is very strong rationale. And this is something which forms an important part of our conversation with our clients. If you want to discuss this with me in more detail, you can go to the description section below. You can start a WhatsApp conversation with myself. As you can see, it goes through to a direct conversation with me. Have a quick chat there, an informal conversation before booking you in. Or alternatively, you can head over to the website, book on our Calendly link, find a day and a time which is most suitable for you, leave a brief description of your area of interest and a bit of detail, and we will get back in touch. Okay, so that basically means that we're in a situation where transfers are definitely becoming more and more difficult. I remember a couple of my managers in previous companies and in the industry saying to me, Dominic, DB pension transfers are dead. I remember this was 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago when I started Cameron James. Dominic, DB pension transfers are dead. You should focus on lump sums, ISAs, whatever else, because DBs aren't going to be here in 12 months' time. Well, here we are 5 years later, 6 years later, DBs are still very much here. However, it has become far more complicated, and it is only going to get more and more complicated as the FCA puts further regulation in place to protect you as consumers from moving away from safeguarded guaranteed income from life assets and moving yourself into defined contribution schemes. So the ultimate question, will DB pension transfers be banned? I think the FCA entirely banning somebody's right to transfer their DB pension would be very contentious. It could happen. What I think is more likely is that the rules and regulations will get even stricter. It may come down to a point where if the DB pension asset is worth more than 10 or 20% of your net worth, you really shouldn't be considering it unless you have other feasible suggestions. Potentially you have to have 20 or 10 or 15 years of investment experience. You have to be a professional. You have to show that you understand market risk. Share your valuations of what you did in the crisis of 2008, the crisis of 2020. Did you panic and sell everything, or did you sit and hold? Or were you even smarter and you bought the dip, as they like to say in crypto, and you got in when prices were lower? That type of stuff could show, well, actually, this person's pretty educated, or they have some type of investment experience, or maybe they were just lucky at managing their money effectively on an ongoing basis. So that's kind of where we are now. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to have a hard ban, but I think it's going to get more and more and more difficult over the years. So anybody who's watching this video right now thinking, oh, I've been thinking about a DB transfer, maybe now, maybe later, get your skates on, because it's only going to get more difficult. It's only going to get more expensive as well. A DB report, when I started as CEO, was £750. At the time, we were like, God, £750, clients are not gonna like this. How are we we need to make sure that we help them understand how much work goes into these reports. Here we are, 2020. DB reports now on average stand at £3,500 across the UK and outside of the UK. That is a huge price increase over a 5 or 6 year period. And I would have thought DB reports in a year's time from now will be £4,000. In another year's time from now, they'll be £5,000, £6,000. Plus, generally speaking, some type of transfer or implementation charge or advice fee in addition to the report charge. So guys, I hope that's valuable for you. The motto of the story is, if you think a DB pension transfer might be suitable for you, get in touch with ourselves or whoever advisor you think is most reputable or most respected in the industry. Always have a good check on them. Do they have reviews? Are they featured in the Financial Times? Can you read their testimonials? Can you reach out to any of their existing clients? Do you get a good feel for the company? Are they regulated? Do your homework. Always do your due diligence before speaking to anyone about such an important asset of yours. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe below, and I look forward to seeing you on our next video. Thank you.